And thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Nisha Charles. Coming up, Honorable Drigo lays out his plans for his constituents. The Honorable Ian Pinard said his constituents gave him the best Christmas ever, and Dominicans shared their views on the Christmas spirit. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Minister for Public Works and Ports, Ian Pinard, is ready to deliver in his capacity as Minister. In an exclusive interview on Wednesday, GIS News spoke with Honorable Pinard regarding priority areas for his ministry in the new term.
You have to concentrate on the East Coast, the Port-Cassé to Daly's Road, and we also have a look at the Port-Cassé area all the way to Castle-Bruce, Petite-Soufrière, and also the Carib Territory. So that's going to be one of the major priorities of the government over the next 5 years. We also look at the Roseau redevelopment and Portsmouth, which we're going to give also priority. We have started already with, in Roseau. So these projects are going to be priority in terms of starting next year. Some of the projects for the Roseau redevelopment have started already, started this year, and you can see the progress happening by the bridge. And hopefully in 2015 you'll see more progress.
He says government has already voiced its commitment to have 100% of main roads on the island in good condition by the year 2020. Despite the challenges ahead, Honorable Pinard says if all stakeholders work together, then success in achieving the plan for his ministry can be attained.
The Ministry of Public Works have a huge task, and I think if we all can work together, the Ministry of Public Works and the government come together, I think we can achieve that within the next 5 years.
Contracts have also been signed for the rehabilitation of the Woodbridge Bay Port in Foncolay and the port at the Cabritz in Portsmouth. Honorable Pinard says a groundbreaking ceremony will take place come January 2015. It is not Honorable Pinard's first time as a parliamentarian, but his first time as a minister. Before being sworn in, Honorable Pinard worked at Petro-Caribe and Dominica Lotteries Commission. He says he brings to the table a wealth of experience from the private sector.
It's always good when you're in the private sector. When you come into the government, you bring new ideas in terms of what the private sector is, and you bring it to the government. Because normally the government doesn't operate like the private sector. So you bring that zeal, enthusiasm into the ministry. And I think if we can work together, the enthusiasm and zeal that I'm bringing to the ministry, I think we can achieve quite a bit. But at the end of the day, is all of us working together. The most important thing is a team working together, and to ensure that the work is done.
Honorable Pinard says plans laid out by the DLP administration for the development of infrastructure and the improvement of access on the island will serve as a guide in his term in office. In related news, Honorable Ian Pinard, parliamentary representative for the Soufrière constituency, says the people of his constituency have given him the best Christmas. Honorable Pinard was elected with an overwhelming majority in the Soufrière constituency at the December 8th polls. He was subsequently sworn in as Minister for Public Works and Ports. Besides plans for his ministry moving forward, Honorable Pinard has plans to continue enhancing the lives of his constituents. He began by going through a list of achievements by the Dominica Labour Party administration in that constituency.
The Soufrière Scottshead City Fence Wall, the Point Michel City Fence Wall, the Union Estate development. We have seen them all, if not many of the village roads done, and developments of the different aspects, the tourism aspect, the Champagne area, the Sulphur Spring area, the playing fields in Soufrière and the hard courts in Scottshead and Point Michel. So we have seen a lot of development, human resource, has been one of the big things for our constituency, making sure that our students attend high school, the free transportation for them, for Sophia, Scotland and Gallia to school, and continue to send our students away to university. So these are some of our major things that we have achieved. And what we're going to do is continue to work on these gains, continue to make sure we focus on education and housing, which is going to be a very focal, but human resource aspect, skills in the constituency, assisting our fishermen and our farmers, and persons who want to be self-employed, and making sure the necessary funding are there in place for them. The people of the Sophia constituency, Sophia, Gallia, Scotland and Point Michel, I love these people dearly, and I will continue to represent them in the best of my ability and to improve their lives, which is the main focus of being their parliamentary representative. So I will continue to work with our young persons and our senior citizens and to ensure that the work that has to be done in the constituency continues.
And in the spirit of Christmas, he had this to say.
I want to wish everyone in Dominica a Merry Christmas and a joyful and prosperous 2015. I also want to say especially to my constituents, people of Sophia, Scotland, Gallia and Point Michel, that this Christmas, they have given me the best Christmas ever by electing me as their parliamentary representative. So it's almost a joyous occasion to sit in there as their parliament rep and the Minister of Public Works and Ports, because it's because of them that I'm here today. So I really want to say thank you to them and wish them a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and a peaceful 2015.
Honorable Johnson Drago, parliamentary representative for the Castle-Bruce constituency, says he is indebted to his constituents for affording him the opportunity to serve. Honorable Drigo, who was also recently sworn in as Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, says he is also grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit for giving him the opportunity to serve in that capacity. In an exclusive interview with GIS News on Wednesday, Honorable Drigo disclosed his many plans for the people of the Castle-Bruce constituency. He says one of the priorities for his constituency is housing. Currently, 20 houses are being built at a cost of $100,000 per house in his constituency. One of the highlights of this development for Honorable Drigo is the impact of employment.
There are 2 contractors working as we speak, each with a contract for well over $500,000. And I just recall a couple of days ago, I went up very early, and it was such a good sight to see so many young men on their way to work on this housing project in Saint-Luce. Well over 40 young men in the Saint-Luce group area are currently employed. And what impressed me most is that one of the constructors told me they are not only working, they are actually learning. So the young men are given all the technical support they need to learn the trade while they are working.
Another highlight of the housing revolution ongoing in his constituency is village expansion.
As part of one of my mandates for my new term will be to ensure that we acquire the land in that area and we expand the housing settlement for the people of Saint-Luce, Group and Petit-Soufrière. So people of Saint-Luce, Group and Petit-Soufrière, we have an area in your community where there will be an expanded housing program for you, the people of Petit-Soufrière.
The parliamentary representative will also be investing heavily in the agriculture sector in Castle-Bruce. One of his first orders of business is a meeting with all the farmers of his constituency.
I intend in early 2015 to meet with all the farmers of the Castle-Bruce constituency. I intend to meet with farmers in general, but I must give some specific attention to the farmers of the Castle-Bruce constituency. I intend to ensure that the Extension Department work a bit closer with the farmers so that the farmers can get all the technical support they need for moving forward.
He says plans are in place to assist bay leaf farmers and cassava farmers. And in the spirit of Christmas, Honorable Drigo had this message for his constituents.
Let me wish all of Dominica a very, very Merry Christmas and a productive 2015. Let me, in a very special way, thank the good people of the St.Luce constituency, to include Peter Soufouye, Brong, Sansove, Good Hope, Tranto Dipa Mopo, St.Luce and Formel, for all your support during the last term, for the vote of confidence, for re-electing me, Johnson Drago, as your humble servant, your pal rep for another term. I promise you, I will continue to serve you. I promise you, I will be there for you through thick and thin, in good times and in bad times. All I ask is your understanding and your support and your cooperation.
In more news, Honorable Johnson Drago, parliamentary representative for the St.Luce constituency, believes there is no excuse for students not to excel. Honorable Drigo told GIS News on Wednesday that the government of Dominica has put all the mechanisms in place to ensure that students succeed. He says in his new term, his aim is to work with the parents in his constituency to ensure that students excel academically. He has this message for his constituents.
Please ensure that your children take advantage of the education opportunities we now have for our children. All the factors for a learning, effective learning environment is in place. The schools are well equipped. The teachers are being trained. At the primary level, we are providing lunch. The children from Good Hope, Penisofware, we have buses to take them to school from their home. The preschoolers from Sansove have bus to take them to preschool at Penisofware, all at the expense of the government. We provide all those who need uniforms with uniform every September. We provide all those who request textbooks with textbooks. So government is really investing.
Honorable Drigo reiterated that education will be a priority for him in 2015. He says he will continue to work to ensure that his students benefit from opportunities for further education overseas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in the city of Roseau, as Dominicans do most or the last of their shopping for the Christmas season. From the traditional toys, turkeys and hams to the new carpets and curtains for their living rooms, Dominicans flock to the city streets in search of their items. Even at the end of an election campaign, people are still in the business of getting presents and making their loved ones happy. For most people, it's a treat for their children. They're the ones who enjoy it the most. On this year's Christmas Eve, we spoke to a number of people on what they hope for this Christmas and what the season means to them. Our first stop was at Court Dominica Limited, where we met up with some new faces and some old senior ones. Local Government Commissioner John Fontaine told us what the season means to him and his plans for the season.
I'm looking forward for the big day, because the big day is family, it's home, it's enjoyment, it's sharing. So I want to wish you all the best for this season.
Supervisor at Court Dominica Limited, Connie Matthews, says at courts they have innovative ways of getting people to spend money during the season, even while being on a tight budget.
At courts, we have innovative ways. We always come up with the proper promotions to get the customers to come in to buy. So it wasn't really that bad. But honestly, during December, the mood just wasn't about Christmas. It was about who we're voting for and that kind of a thing. But now we're seeing people starting to come in and, you know, I guess being healed from all this election melee. And they're starting to come in, really. I mean, today is the 24th. We have had some good days lately, because as I said, the mood, everything has cleared down and people are really looking forward to having Christmas and everything. So on behalf of courts, I just wish our customers a very Merry Christmas and their continued patronage throughout 2015. We had a good 2014, our customers, our loyal customers. We are very happy for your business and just hope that in the future, come 2015, we will be your choice of place to shop.
We met the coordinator of the National Drug Prevention Unit, who says that people are coming together for children this Christmas, and also had some advice for everyone throughout the season.
I am seeing persons displaying their products on the roadside. There's a lot of traffic in town. It means that there are a lot of people shopping. in spite of, you know, the economic conditions, people are still trying to make Christmas, at least even for the children, to make it happy. So, I mean, they might not be spending as much as they would like to because people are within budget. And, you know, they have to make good decisions about spending. As the director of the Drug Prevention Unit, I want to say to people that, yes, you can enjoy yourself, but you have to know what your limits are. We don't want people getting drunk, especially drinking and driving. We do not want people to get drunk and then they go home, there's domestic violence or there's issue, you know, with children, child abuse issue. So you want persons to make a good decision about drinking and try to remain smart and healthy during the Christmas season.
This young lady is beaming with energy and a bright smile this Christmas. Kalisha Joseph is looking forward to the season and hopes others can do the same.
Well, I decorate my house for when I have my tree and all that stuff, so I wish other people do it as well, just to bring back the spirit of Christmas. One of the vendors outside courts, who goes by the name Hetty, had her Christmas greeting to her customers.
I'm telling all Dominicans, Merry Christmas, enjoy the Christmas, don't overdo it. I've got sorrel, I've got tomatoes, peppers, chives, cucumbers, all stuff, all kind of different vegetables.
And one of the jelly men near the new market is in on the Christmas action as well. Coconuts make for a refreshing drink on a hot day like Christmas Eve, and he was there to supply. Here is what he had to say.
Well, myself not too bad for the time, you know, because I am a godly man and I take it as it is. You check? I'm going to force nothing. I take it as it is. Well, the jelly, to me, well, the jelly is going okay. No complaint.
With a cruise ship in port at the Roseau cruise ship berth, we spotted a visitor who has made Dominica his home for the Christmas season. He tells us why he loves returning to Dominica for the holidays.
Liverpool, we've come to the good climate of Dominica, beautiful island. I was here last year, we really enjoyed it. We love the Caribbean, we love the Caribbean people. In Liverpool, we've got a very big Caribbean community, a very, very large one. And they're part and parcel of the Liverpool community, and everybody's so friendly, and that's what makes it. The Caribbean is a wonderful place.
How is Christmas different here for you?
Oh, the sunshine, the heat. It's raining back home, so what's the difference? It's just the sunshine, beautiful, beautiful people. What more can you ask for?
And at least there is one entrepreneur who thinks that the season has been extremely great to him. He even says that the election season has been a boost for his business.
The Christmas has been great for me as an entrepreneur. You know, for the past week or so, I have seen sales pick up in my business, and so far it has been going good. It did not have a single effect on my sales. I thought it would, because seeing that it was so close to Christmas, but I think Dominicans has come together and decided, hey, it's an election. The Labour Party has won the election. Let's come together as a country, let's come together as a people, and let's just move on. So basically, that's in my experience, it has not affected my sale. For the new year, I'm expecting better sales. You know what I mean? Improvement of business, more money will be coming in, and people will be enjoying the 2015 year. You know?
And we can't forget to ask what the season really means to everyone this Christmas time. We leave you with this man who says what exactly the spirit should be like this Christmas.
People give all kind of different meaning about Christmas. You know, time of loving, sharing, giving, and all kind of thing. But what is the true meaning of Christmas? Some people ask for, oh, it's Christmas, I want my gift, I want my... But whose birthday it is? It's Christ's birthday. Who the gift belong to? It's Christ. And what Christ is looking for is our heart. So you give your heart to Christmas, to Christ, because that is what he really come for. So people give their life to Christ. It's life changing. That's what Christmas is all about. Not too fat. Not too fat. It's giving your life to Christ. That's what it's all about.
And before we go, here are a few announcements. Vacancy exists for one consultant accountant within the Office of the Director of Audits. As part of the EU-funded Public Financial Management Reform Program, an accountant will provide technical assistance over a 6-month period. The successful candidate will be expected to train officers on how to perform the following tasks in a proactive manner, under the supervision of the Director of Audit. Develop, monitor, and review departmental accounting policies, procedures, and processes. Audit and prepare financial statements in accordance with relevant guidelines, frameworks, and statutory requirements. conduct performance reviews of government's ongoing programs, and conduct performance reviews of statutory corporations and government-owned companies. The ideal candidate should possess at least a first degree in accounting or other related field, at least a professional qualification in accounting from a recognized accounting body, the ACCA, CGA, or similar, general proficiency experience, knowledge of principles and procedures for compensation and benefits, knowledge of law, legal codes, government regulations, and executive orders, knowledge of business and management principles, knowledge of economic and accounting principles and practices, and the analysis and reporting of financial data. Specific professional experience, at least 5 years professional experience in accounting, knowledge of commonly used concepts, practices, and procedures within the field of business administration. Applications including curriculum vitae should be submitted no later than Wednesday, 31st December 2014 at 12 p.m. to the National Authorizing Officer for the European Development Fund Office of the NAO EDF, 3rd floor Financial Center, Kennedy Avenue, P.O. Box 1102, Roseau, or email edf@cwdom.dm. The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica has received financing from the Global Environment Facility through the United Nations Environment Program to support the preparation of Dominica's 3rd National Communications to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Part of this funding is to be utilized to hire national consultants to undertake technical studies and draft the national report. The government of Dominica is seeking expressions of interest from suitably qualified national consultants who have at least 5 years' experience in the following areas: greenhouse gas inventory from energy, transportation, solid waste, and industrial processes, inventory of carbon sinks in forests, inventory of carbon sinks in agriculture, climate change mitigation including renewable energy, energy efficiency, and energy conservation, mainstreaming climate change into national development planning, training, public education outreach, and climate change, and systematic observation systems for climate change, including hydrometeorological systems. Work on this project will commence in January 2015 and will be completed by May 2016. Successful applicants will be expected to start work on or before February 2nd, 2015. Any persons interested in being considered for any of the above positions are requested to submit their current curriculum vitae and letter of interest to the following: Director of the Environmental Coordinating Unit, the Roseau Fisheries Complex, Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseau. Telephone number 266-5256 or email at ecu@dominica.gov.dm. Submissions can be submitted electronically or in writing to the above address and must be received no later than Wednesday, January 7th, 2015 at 4 p.m. Expressions of interest received after this date will not be considered. Private candidates registered to write the January 2015 CXC examinations are asked to collect their timetables from the local registrar's office during normal office hours. Please be guided accordingly. All persons who are required to pay liquor and store licenses in the La Plaine area, including Daly's, Bortica, Grand Fort, and surrounding villages, are notified that revenue officers will be present at the police station at La Plaine on Monday, December 29, 2014, to collect payment for licenses from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that's the English news. McPherson St.Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St.Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement dominicain pour tirer un bateau pour exportation de produits agricoles dans notre pays. Parole celle-là sortie au ministère de l'Agriculture, Honorable Johnson Drago.
Le gouvernement a fait préparation pour gagner un canot pour amener agriculture produce et puis d'autres produits Dominique, Ivan, à ces pays comme Barbade et puis les 9 pays comme Antigua. Nous essayons ça à faire ça, mais ils ont fait ça au pays. Mais nous savons que la place là, la plus grande. Et puis Dominique, ça point plus avantage. La place là, en place comme Barbade et puis c'est les autres pays, en Trinidad et puis Antigua, US Virgin Island. si le gouvernement qui gagne quand ça pour mener à produire nous dehors, nous qui travaillons ensemble et puis ministre trade. Comme ça trade en temps pour faire des affaires la place commodité Dominique. So nous qui travaillons ensemble et puis ministre trade pour voir qui nous qui produire ça la place la besoin. Et nous qui target farmers pour produire ces commodités ça ba nous qui target moun qui a affaires agro-processing and so on pour produire ces produits ça ba nous parce que nous les habitants nous fait meilleure agriculture. Nous les habitants nous confortables parce que ça c'est livelihood pour meilleur et ça yo ka fait la vie yo. Nous les taper la place bon la place et puis bon prix ba habitants nous espoir habitants horde rural community kon gudo pili souffrir Cassibros des listes grand Formon John en off nous les femmes aller travailler les lever le matin puis pour là et puis limni et puis aller en jardin et quand ils font journée parce qu'ils savent là la place là et puis ils savent c'est ça qui aider vos enfants l'école nous les habitants nous continuer vos enfants université agriculture c'est là nous avons poussé ministre ça fait agriculture en pays.
Alors tout vel ministre Telecoms honorable Kelvin Darrow tient une discussion et puis officier ministre Salam. Honorable Darrow fait parole Salam pendant un gros interview et puis service information gouvernement.
Ministre Salam nous GIS, nous DBS, nous Ectel, NTRC, et puis moi assis depuis ces senior staff et puis ces ministres là nous parler et puis nous dire ça nous faire en priorité pour ministre là et puis moi expecter pour nous travailler pour ministre là nous ça travailler ensemble plus si vous pas travailler ensemble ou pas ça faire presbyter mais nous travailler ensemble et puis nous courir et puis ministre ça là
et puis là oui vous êtes plein de gens aujourd'hui pendant Dominicans étaient bien pressés car pour jouer bagaille pour Noël. GIS point là où là où là nous joignent et puis moun qui te ka shop aujourd'hui.
Sales nous accord parti bien nan sala parce que tout le monde savent moun te ka bagaille élection. So it parti great mais comme élection fini moun ka vini nou to get ti stove yo, ti fridge yo, ti bagay yo. Eve Court lady, tout customers nous, Merry Christmas et puis bonne année. Eve nous le yo vini encore pour gagner bagay parce que nous ka traiter yo bien, eve nous ka buy yo bien service, nous ka wan yo bien service. So nous le di yo Merry Christmas et bien bonne année.
Nous la passer manière pour passer puisque ça monnaie pour faire. C'est un bar Jésus-Christ toute sa monnaie puis ça pour faire encore. C'est tout. Avec mon bravo et bonne année pour les camarades moins, familles moins, tout Dominicans. Ici là-bas.
Noël qui a passé McPherson, on va essayer de regarder ça qu'il fait demain. Ça dit Noël c'est demain. C'est un temps pour jeter, un temps là moun ka venir ensemble et famille. Moi comme madame là ka garder pour un fridge. So bitin ka marché. Moi ka ouais moun ni bitin là mais yo Roseau parce que mon ka dit nan pas c'était mauvais, nan ça plus mauvais mais moi ka ouais moun ka still gain bitin so on va ka fait. Mais moi les souhaiter un bon Noël aussi.
Moun ni pour faire bonne décision comment yo ka am servir l'argent. Puis où ça va janvier venir mon cas de paner l'argent so yo paner pour gaspiller ça yoni mon pour prendre bonne décision nous ça nous c'est bagages enfants so nous pour faire les enfants là happy so monter que les monde within budget pas gaspiller l'argent puis demain ça dit qu'il y a un issue qui est emergency vous ne pouvez deal with so mon cas dit pour faire bonne décision comment you can spend l'argent
tout Dominicans mon cas dit pour rester bien enjoy Noël là et pas overdo it.
Et puis finalement association Moun des habilités Dominique recevait équipement au Japon sinon bon relation yo et puis pays salam. Parole celle-là sorti de président l'association là, Madame Nathalie Murphy.
En relation nous et puis Japon, nous tapons équipement aussi, nous tapons autant, nous tapons printer, computer, des formes qui pour assister moun qui pas avec clair, pour assister moun qui pas attendre et même moun qui a sur fauteuil roulement qui tout le monde qui bénéficie de programme ça là, équipement ça là, nous ni un programme.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St.Luce. Casse de tout le monde un bon saison Noël. Au revoir.
Coming up, tips on enjoying the holiday season.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
The black cicatoca fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black cicatoca today.
No matter your mood, these tips can help you to enjoy the holiday as much as possible. Reflect on what is important to you during the holidays. Make plans early about how you would like to spend your time during the holidays. Manage your spending. It's easy to feel pressure to spend a lot during the holidays. Decrease your financial stress by managing and sticking to a budget. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Nisha Charles, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching.